Welcome to the Sportscast, July 5th, 2018. We're going part two of our Sportscast today. The first cast, we talked about what happened in the round of 16. And in this episode, we'll talk about what's going to happen in the quarterfinals. And there's no other person that could help us out with this. It's Jorge Montoya. Welcome to the Sportscast.
Let's get this going.
All right. Well, it's going to be interesting quarterfinals. The Friday matches are going to be the heavy hitters, the prime time, and Saturday is going to be pretty boring. I can't say any more than that. But we'll go through each game and then we'll just see who wins, and we could predict the score if we wanted to. So with the first one, we'll go with Uruguay, France. Uruguay was not expected to be in this round of the World Cup. Who do you think is going to win?
Man, I really like Uruguay's been playing. I think they're one of the most balanced teams left. But the news is that Cavani probably is not going to play. I think he's straining his calf. Ending of the last game when he scored 2 goals. So man, that's a huge hit, man. You know. So I don't know, man. I'm leaning towards France though now.
I am with you. I think France has the edge now that Cavani is out. I think Uruguay has a solid defense, but on the offense, you really need to have both Suarez and Cavani. And I don't even know who the backup is for Cavani. It might be Stuani or something.
Yeah, Stuani. He's the one going to replace him. Yeah.
So I'm saying France 2-0, 2-1. What scoreline do you think might happen?
Yeah, sounds just about right. Because I mean, the France defense hasn't been that great either. I mean, if Argentina scored that many goals on them, yeah. I mean, I could say like a 2-0 game. Maybe France gets it away, or I mean, who knows, man? What if it goes to penalties or something? You know, like I mean, at this point, so I think this is one of the most closest matches left. So, yeah, I think edge goes to France though.
Yeah. Do you think Mbappe's been the breakout star for France and maybe the World Cup?
Well, he started off kind of slow. I mean, all the guys from France kind of started off slow, but Mbappe, he showed a lot of great speed, you know, and the counterattacks are deadly for France. So yeah, but the one that's been disappointing for France is Pogba. I mean, yeah, how do you pronounce it? Is it Pogba?
It's Pogba, yeah. Pogba? He is a Manchester United,
yeah.
And yeah, you're right. He doesn't really show up throughout the season with Manchester United. He doesn't show up as much, but he has shown up on big moments. So this might be the moment where he needs to show up. If not against the semifinalists, which I think will be Brazil, but we'll talk about that next.
Yeah, he hasn't really done much this, you know. But yeah, man, I love the young defense they have. I like the Pavard. You saw the goal that Pavard made.
Pavard, man, amazing. Made the goal outside the box. This guy plays in Stuttgart. He's 22 years old. Most of my French friends has never heard of this guy, so this guy definitely has future.
No, he came in kind of unknown, like really, kind of the game was shot, and he's been playing great. And I like Hernandez too. The other is it right back or left back? One of those.
He plays the left back.
Yeah, I like him. He's playing well. You know, they have a lot of young guys there, man. You know, and obviously the key, the one that puts everything together is Antoine Griezmann. I think he's always playing decent. You know, so I like him.
Yeah, which I think Griezmann hasn't really showed up in this tournament yet. Maybe he has. Maybe in some spark moments.
Well, he hasn't done like great, but he's done well. I mean, he done a couple of assists there, and I think he scored a penalty, maybe, right? I think so far. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but yeah.
Yes, probably against Denmark. I think he scored a penalty, but yeah, Griezmann and Luis Hernandez are both playing in Atletico Madrid, and you know, keep in mind this French squad is pretty deep, and they had to let go of a few players that, you know, were cut, like
Benzema,
Martial. was one of them. So it's for sure a squad that has so much potential. And by the way, I got to mention this now. EA Sports has been correct the past 2 World Cups of predicting the winner. They predicted Spain to win in 2010 and Germany to win in 2014, and they predicted France to win in 2018.
Wow, I didn't know that. Interesting. I mean,
yeah. This is all simulation. This is like, yeah.
Hey, but they've been right, man. 2 years in a row. But I think France. Everyone kind of known that France was going to make like a Final Four push. I always had them as Final Four for sure before the World Cup started, and looks like they will make it there again.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with Cavani. But here's most likely, if I was France, I would plan a game plan with him or without him. Our next match on Friday at 2 p.m. is Brazil versus Belgium. I think this is the battle of the heavyweights. This is where, there's no guarantee these guys will go to the finals, but Belgium struggled against Japan. Brazil beat Mexico easily. It feels like both teams are in first gear, so there's going to be a huge match a huge match.
Yeah, man. I was looking forward to it a lot. I was just surprised Belgium struggled so much against Japan. But, obviously, Brazil, I think, are the favorites to win the whole World Cup. I think that was my team to win it all, really. I think it was at them or Germany. Obviously, Germany is not there anymore. So, Brazil really has really shown they're improved a lot. Even their defense has done better. So, I just don't see. Belgium better not have playing with three defensemen. They only had 3 guys against Japan. I think they have to have at least 4 back there because Brazil's, offense is really, really good.
Yeah. Belgium has, for the 3 defenders, they had Alderweireld, Company, and Vertonghen, and they did not work out well. And then in the midfield, they had Mueller, De Bruyne, Witsel, Ferreira, Mertens, Hazard, and Lukaku. I think Witsel, people were talking about that Witsel is not working out well with Belgium. He's not, giving into the chemistry. But the squad's pretty deep. And when they put in Chadley in the second half and Fellaini, of all people, the team did better.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I like Fellaini. Probably going to substitute him for, and then Chadley too. I think that they're going to both play. I don't know if they're going to both start, but they're definitely going to play a role on this game. I think they had to put those guys in. And really funny was, I think Company was hurt for the first 2 games. I think 3 games of the World Cup group stage, and I think this is the first game he was back, or was the second game? I think it was the first.
It might have been the first or second. I'm not sure if you count the England match, but this definitely was a true his first real start.
Yeah, I don't think he did too good at all, really. I think he was just standing. He was kind of slow, a little. He's getting there with age. He was known to be one of the best defenders for a while, but he looked kind of rusty. So he needs to be on his heels, really, because you're gonna play a powerhouse in Brazil. They're all, besides Gabriel Jesus, which I don't know how they keep starting that guy for Brazil, but everyone else, man, has been playing really good. Neymar, he's getting better every game, it looks like, and I love Coutinho, and who they got. Marcelo was hurt, but Felipe came in. He did a good job.
Yeah.
For him too.
Here was a lineup that Brazil had against Mexico, and potentially might be the same minus Gabriel Jesus. That Willian, Gabriel Jesus, Neymar, Coutinho, Casemiro, Paulinho, Fagner, Thiago Silva, Miranda, Felipe Luis, and Becker. I've been hearing that Gabriel Jesus, they should take him out because he hasn't produced a goal yet.
Nah, man, he has so many opportunities. Probably had more than any of the guys there, really. Neymar has given him so many chances to score, and he overplays it. He overkicks it hard. I think he's missed at least 4 or 5 shots on goal. He's had really, really good spots. I think I'll put in Firmino for him. I'll start Firmino.
Everyone's saying that they should start Firmino. And I agree. If Gabriel Jesus hasn't scored in 3 games, you gotta make some changes. Because Willian and Coutinho have to work extra hard.
Just 4 games, wasn't it? Didn't he play 4 games?
Yeah, he's played all 4 games. Sorry, even though he plays for
Yeah,
Manchester
man.
City, but sometimes you just don't do well in your national team.
I was telling one of my friends about him. He's saying, you know what, he's still young, so I think he has a lot. He has to mature a little bit more, be more composed in those moments. Maybe he's a little like starstruck, or maybe like moment wise, he's kind of choking a little bit. But he's only 21 years old, so I think he probably will still have a bright future there. But I mean, it doesn't matter who, man. Really, in the end, man, like Brazil, no matter who they have up there, man, they're a solid team. I like the way William played, because I think what was lacking for Brazil was Paulino and William to step up, and they've been slowly but surely done it, because really Neymar and Coutinho has been the ones really controlling that team and doing well. But William stepped up huge and created so many opportunities for the rest of the guys there.
Yeah, and they were saying that they should start Fernandinho to play more of a defensive midfield role. I think over Casemiro for some reason. I think Casemiro hasn't had the best tournament yet. Felipe Luis has been working out for Marcelo, because Marcelo pushes up. He's pretty much a winger. But Felipe Luis has been keeping, like the defense tight. And that's what you need with Belgium. Belgium has weapons. But I think Brazil is going to open up against Belgium. And I really think Brazil's going to take this.
And also their silent captain, the one that's a rock for the team, Silva, man. I love the way he plays defense, tough player. He's done really well.
Yeah, Thiago Silva is, which they think that's the reason why Germany lost, because when he got suspended for that semifinal against Germany, with him not there, that's why Germany was able to score 7 goals, and they had another guy. I think it was Dante back then. But so who do you think is going to win? Think Brazil or Belgium?
Yeah, Brazil. I think he's not. It's hard to say easily, but I thought Belgium was a better team than they did show. I think Japan exposed them. I'm pretty sure they're going to play so much more better, because Brazil won't forgive you. If Brazil has a 2-0 lead, man, there's no way they're going to give that up, right? I mean, come on, they're not going to give up that lead. Yeah. So they're playing against powerhouse, a very mix of veteran and young players. Brazil has an explosive, man. They're fast, and despite Neymar's crying and antics he does in the field, but he's still one of the best in the world. So.
Yeah, there was a video of him rolling around, and people have been mocking him and putting some memes on him. But but besides that, do you think Neymar's been having a good tournament? Do you think he's? I mean, he hasn't. I mean, before this tournament, he didn't play for 4 months. But do you think he's still an asset?
Of course, like you said, you saw it in every game. He got better and better and better, and I think he's only going to do better. I mean, I think he's going to break out one of these games and have like a hat trick or something like that. I think it's about to happen. But so they have so many key players. I mean, he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't even have to score to make an impact. Like him, just his speed and his control of the ball, and he just makes those crosses. Pinpoint passes he does. I mean, he's done really well.
Well, we both picked Brazil, and I'm feeling really confident with my pick. And we're also going with history, because Brazil usually beats Brazil usually beats Belgium in the World Cup. Our next match, Sweden versus England. I guess a Colombian will probably go for Sweden, right?
Yes, of course. You know what? I mean, like I said, Sweden, I don't take them lightly anymore. I mean, I actually like them. I did pick them to advance from the group stage. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people had, it was Germany and Mexico, right?
Correct.
Germany and Mexico going. I thought it was Germany and Sweden. And I thought, that's what I originally thought. I always thought Sweden was going to get in. Obviously, I didn't think, it would be Germany not going in. But Sweden, I mean, they knocked out, Italy, out of the World Cup. I mean, they've shown that they're just very solid, composed, disciplined team defensively, and they don't give up too many goals. They don't give up too many opportunities for you to expose them. So I like them. I like them a lot, and I think England has to show up, and I think they have to play differently than they did against Colombia, because Colombia they play so not only physical, but which is okay, and they got kind of chippy, dirty, but they just felt like they were playing too conservative. And I think if they want to go that route, man, I'm telling you, Sweden would automatically play it, man. Sweden doesn't care. Like, I think Sweden does a great. The only way Sweden really scores is through like counterattacks or maybe or penalties, like that. But I like Sweden though. I slightly. I don't think they're huge favorites. I think England is probably a favorite pretty easily. But the way they played against Colombia, I just feel like Sweden is a better team right now.
I think it's going to be England, but it's not going to be easy. It is a toss-up. Historically, if you went with history, you're correct. Sweden or any Scandinavian country beats England in the World Cup. England might be out from Dele Alli. He might not be playing this match. He's hurt. But I still think England has Harry Kane, and Harry Kane is just the person that makes the difference in this squad, and I think he's motivated. I think after Colombia, he feels a little bit more, he has more confidence now, and scoring just 2 penalty shoots. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I think it'd be England 2-1, but this might go to PKs.
This could be like a 1-0 game too, man. This could be like a slow game. I think it's going to be very just kind of grueling game. Like I said, England has the names in the team. England has, I guess, the bigger names. Kane has played well, obviously, but they haven't had much help from Lingard or Sterling or they haven't had those guys show up. I think defensively they've done pretty solid. Trippier, Walker, Stones, Maguire, like those guys. Pickford, I wasn't sure about him, but he said the penalty is decent. He's showing up. But the midfield has to get better, man. Lingard to create more opportunities for Kane. Kane has done great with the opportunities he's gotten, but I think he should be getting more. Sterling has been, I think, a disappointment. Maybe they need to change that up. Maybe, like I always thought about, what if they put Vardy in there with Kane? Maybe take Sterling out, maybe put him in later. I don't know. I need somebody else there to contribute.
Yeah, Vardy from Leicester. He had a spectacular season 2 seasons ago, and he would be a good option up top. I think Sterling plays up top with Kane, but the thing is, with England, they don't have a number 10. They don't have that creative. They don't have that playmaker.
No, they don't.
And they have wingers, but you can only do so much, and they're relying on Henderson, but Henderson's more of like a defensive midfield. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I believe. Oh, speaking about Pickford actually, for the penalty shootout, he had like the list of players that were going to shoot, and he had written down in the water bottle where most likely the player would shoot at, right in the water bottle. Can you believe that?
Wait, I don't get it. Like, what do you mean? Like, he during the penalty shootout or what?
Before. Most of these teams or like the goalkeepers usually know, like, all through stats and history, where do players usually shoot at? Like the right of the goal, the left side, right in the middle. So Pickford had it written down. He had it memorized, but he wrote it down in a water bottle. So, like, he knew where Carlos Bacca will usually shoot, left or right. So,
wow, that's interesting, man. But Sweden, man, we haven't talked about their players. Obviously their best player is Forsberg, number 10. I like him. I really like him to play more in the middle, but he doesn't. He does more attacks from the left side mainly. But Berg is showing up too a couple of times. I like Grandvik. So my favorite player is Grandvik, the captain, number 4. He's been playing solid in the back, and he gets all the penalty kicks for the team. He's so composed when he kicks those penalties, man.
The lineup for Sweden that played against Switzerland is Berg, Toivonen, Forsberg, Ekdal, Sevensen, Claesson, Lustig, Lindelof, Gramquist, Augustinsson, and Olsen. You're right. Berg has had a fantastic tournament in Claesson. This squad is kind of like the unknowns. There's no superstar. There's no Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but they played a defensive game, and they've beaten Holland, they've beaten Italy, and you could say they've beaten Germany out of the group. And that's something that I think they might stop. They have height. They could stop Harry Kane. So but the offense not as much. So we could see them push them to a penalty kicks maybe.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, and I don't even want to play Sweden in the penalty kicks, man. I think they're a very composed team. Like I said, you want to get an early start against them. Sweden with the lead, man, is deadly. I think Sweden goes up 1-0, man. They're going to shut that down. And in England, man, I don't know. England hasn't really. I mean, against Colombia, what did they do? I mean, they scored off a penalty kick to go to the penalty. So they haven't shown, and I mean, you would even argue that Sweden's defense is better than Colombia, even though Colombia has a good defense. I think Sweden is a little better. So I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I don't expect this game to go like 3-4 or 3-2 or something like that. It might be like maybe two goals, I'd say maximum. Maybe goes 1-1 or 2-0 or like that. I don't see it going any more than that.
It won't be a high scoring match. You are correct. It's going to be low scoring, no more than 3 goals total. But we'll see. Maybe England will be without Ali, so we'll see who else they'll put inside. But you're saying Sweden, I'm saying England, and all the Brits are saying that this is like the easiest bracket they can get to. So we'll see what happens. I think I can't say this game will go to the final. I mean, this whole bracket, you can't name that one quarterfinal quadrant will go. No, it's very impossible. But anyways, our next game, Russia versus Croatia. Russia, have they been lucky, or does Spain just didn't turn up? Croatia had a great group stage. Did not have a good game against Denmark, but was Denmark that good? Will Croatia show up and shut down Russia?
Well, let's first start with Russia. I mean, they've dominated the first 2 games of the group stage, against really easy teams, but that's not a bad thing. I mean, they should do that, and they did that. So then they won against Uruguay, and then they got pretty exposed, even though their best player by far, Golovin. I love that player. I think he's like my favorite player in the World Cup. He scored that one beautiful goal like in early group stage, but this guy runs from like the one end of the field to the other end playing defense. This guy just runs. I remember I seen him like in the 95th, 100th minute, man, just running people down. I'm like, this guy, how could this guy run so much? Like, he's fresh. Like, he's very, very good. And then the Zuba, number 22, he scored like 3 goals already. So he's been solid for them. Zomnin in the middle, he's been very, very, very effective. And Fernandez, I like Fernandez a lot. Defensively, he's done really, really well. And their goalie, I think, was the star of last to get him through against Spain. He was phenomenal. So, I mean, I think Russia has pieces. They're not as explosive as anyone else, but they have the team to pull upsets. And you've seen them do it already. Croatia, on the other hand, I mean, obviously they're by name alone they have world class players, and I think I don't know, man. It's hard for me. Obviously, I'm going for Croatia, but it's hard for me to say, look, hands down, they're going to win. Because right now, the way the game is going, man, the way the games are going, it feels like another upset is in the making. Whether it's Sweden or it's going to be Russia. I don't think I see both Croatia and England making it. I think one of them is going down, man.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think it's going to be Croatia, England. Croatia will beat Russia. Modric and Rakitic are the foundation of that team. They're like the rock solid rock of that team. And then you got Mandzukic, which I mean, I haven't seen much from Mandzukic, to be honest. I think he scored a goal or two, probably a goal. And then you got this guy on the wing, Pervic, I think his name is. Let me double check on that. But he plays an Inter Milan. Let me get this name out of the way. Perisic. Or Perisic. Yeah, he's
Perisic. Yeah, he's like the better. Yeah, I like him. He's doing pretty good, actually.
And the keeper of Croatia really turned up on the penalty shootout, him versus Schmeichel. So, I mean, I'm not gonna get way into depth with Russia and Croatia, but I really think Croatia is gonna really need to show up. I think Denmark was definitely a true test of pressure. Croatia will feel pressure. Throughout this match, because it's a solid home field advantage for Russia. but I'm gonna say Croatia 2-1. I know it's not a blowout. It's not it's close, but I think it's 2-1. Croatia is not a high scoring team. So, what's your score?
Yeah, I think Croatia has the advantage, and I think they have a really good. I think they're veterans, man. I like really good veterans. A couple of young players there, and goalie's playing well. I like the defense too. I like Lovren in the middle, and Versalco, I don't know how you pronounce him. Versalco, he's really good. Number 2. I mean, Croatia should win this game. It's so hard to say easily because right now anything could happen. And I think everyone's playing their hearts out there. But yeah, I think Croatia obviously is a really big favorite against Russia, and but I think they shouldn't be underestimating them anymore after what happened to Spain. Spain just automatically kind of played the game like they were supposed to win, and they were going to win, and it just didn't happen.
You remember when South Korea in 2002 went deep and they went to the semifinals, but they lost against Germany 1-0?
Yeah, I remember watching those games. Who do they upset on to get there? I remember seeing them doing really well. I'm like, man.
Spain. The upset is Spain.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying, man. And
also Italy, too.
If you have one of those teams. Yeah. So if you have one of those teams doing that, I mean, you would pick Russia to be one of the team because they're at home. They have the crowd behind them. I think they got so much confidence now that they're going to do it. And I don't think Russia really is a team that's as weak as people think. I mean, I think they have the extra boost energy out from the crowd, but I think that Uruguay game was a little wake-up call for them. I mean, everyone has their bad games, but Golovin wasn't playing, man. I think he makes such a huge difference for that team, man. He's really, really good. I don't even where he plays from, Golovin. Like what team does he play from? Is he in Europe?
Golovin,
like his club.
Yeah, let me double check on that with you. Golovin. Golovin plays for CSK Moscow.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you're going to watch out for him, man. He's going to be in one of those big Europe teams soon, man, because that guy, man, he could play. I mean, the guy's energy, he's shown he could actually score goals. He's good, man. He kind of reminds me of a Gareth Bale. But actually, not like his speed, he got it, but he passes more. He plays more defensively, too. So I like him. I mean, he's all-around talent. I think he's only going to grow to be a really good player, man. He really surprised me in this World Cup.
According to FIFA ranking, Russia is ranked 70th in the world.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. I think those rankings, I don't know. I don't know how accurate they really are. I mean, overall, I guess, but I mean, even now, like think about it. I think, yeah. Before the World Cup started, I think they had Poland in the top 10. They knew nothing.
Yeah,
absolutely nothing. And I took them to go number 2 behind Colombia, and they just played terribly. So I don't understand those rankings. I think the rankings are accurate in a sense of, I think long term, they kind of are similar, but I think they have too many records that are too old. I think they have to have more of an updated. I don't know how the point system works there.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, if it's like how they rate this system or how they rank him is depending on the game. If it's a Euro Cup game, if you win, your points are heavy. You get more points. But if it's a friendly, it's not so much. So it depends on the tournament and what type of game it is. And yeah, they do go throughout the history, so it goes kind of way back. So
yeah, so I don't really feel like that's what I'm saying. I was going through those rankings and I was like, well, I don't know much about Poland. I'm thinking, well, they have to be really good if they're in the top 10. And then I realized in the World Cup they did absolutely nothing. So I think you can't be too confident. Even Colombia, I think Colombia wasn't even in the top 10. And I think they could be, So
I think Colombia was in like the teens, like 12th or 13th. So it these rankings don't mean much. The experts, they're 16th actually. So there's not much.
Who was the rank? Germany was number 1 still, wasn't they?
Yeah, Germany was number 1. That's correct. Well, there you go.
Right now, the way they're playing, they don't even deserve a top 10. Like so it just shows you. Yeah, it just shows you. It goes by too much. Like 2-3 years from now, I think they still have points. I think they should only have like a yearly thing. Like so far, the points should only matter this year. What they've done this year, like what you've done, maybe a year and a half. Like anything more than that, they should not have that included because too many new players, too many injuries, too many older guys getting out of their prime. You gotta update that list better.
And did you know that Switzerland was ranked number 6?
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, Switzerland is not a bad team. I mean, I've always been a fan of Switzerland. I think Saka was really good, man. I like how he played, man. Unfortunately, they just need a better, they need like a striker, man. In their team that's really good. They don't have that. All those guys kind of choked, but that's all they need really for that team to go to the next level. They need like a young, star that's a striker to pair up with him, and they'll be really good, man.
Yeah, Switzerland has a lot of talent. Shaqiri, I heard, he's talking to Manchester United, so things are happening for him.
Yeah, I like him, man. He's a good player.
So from today, we picked our quarterfinalists. You picked France and Brazil, and you picked Sweden and Croatia. From this bird's eye view, who do you see in the final?
I mean, for me, obviously, before everything, the 16 started, I would say it would be between Spain and Croatia. So obviously, Spain is out. So Croatia, and it's so hard to go against Brazil, man. But if France advances, I don't know, man. I think France will give them a battle because another thing too, Brazil, who have they really played has been, who's been really good. I think Brazil's biggest test is against Belgium, and you know what I mean.
You could say Switzerland because they tied 1-1.
They did, but that was the first game of the group stage, right?
Yeah, and Switzerland's ranked number 6.
Yeah, but I think the first group of the stage, I think, is kind of like everyone fills each other out. There's kind of, I feel like later on is when you start seeing teams adjust and get better. So now is where you start seeing. I think Brazil. Obviously Brazil is a favorite to go, but they're going to have to earn their way in there. So I think it's kind of safe to say that whoever gets out of that side of the bracket, France, Uruguay, Brazil, Belgium, they're going to win it all, man. I just don't see how Croatia or Sweden are going to pull off that upset coming from an easier side of the bracket, But I would actually love to see a new team win it, or France. I'm tired of seeing Brazil win so much, man. But hey, they win it, they deserve it, right?
Right. They are the soccer kings. So you're saying what I'm deciphering from here. You're saying France and Croatia. Is that what you're saying?
Nah, I want it to be France and Croatia, but I think it's going to be Brazil and Croatia.
That was actually,
you know what?
Yeah.
Sweden, maybe. My favorite, the team that I'm rooting for, underdogs. I'm going for France from that side of the bracket, and I'm rooting for Sweden. But
you think
if I want
Croatia?
To be obviously logically, I'm thinking of Croatia and Brazil.
I am saying France versus England. That's my final.
That'd be pretty cool. But I don't know, man. England, I'm not sold on them. I really thought like the way Colombia played that game we just had. I think easily England should have scored like 2-3 goals on us.
Yeah.
And to have them only score that one goal in a penalty, I just think they have a lot of issues in their team. And I think they're playing Sweden, bro. I really think Sweden's going to beat them like 2-0 or something like that. I think 1-0 game like that. I just like England just doesn't. I don't know. They have to change something up. I think Harry Kane is doing as much as he can, but eventually that midfield is just collapsing, and they're not. We'll see, man. Maybe I'm biased because they did beat Colombia, but I don't know. I was more to play England than Belgium in a sense because Belgium, I don't know. They have a player up to Japan, like whatever. They don't seem like as good of a team as they were. But England was like, man, it's gonna be very tough. And then the game just didn't. Colombia didn't play anything at all good. So. But England just struggled a lot too, so I don't know, man. That'll be cool, though. I mean, I won't be surprised. You think England could beat Croatia? I mean, I don't know about that, man. Croatia just...
I think they can pull it off. I think Croatia's seen Denmark. I think Croatia, everyone's saying, okay, maybe Croatia could be beaten. So we'll see. We'll see where the cookie crumbles. The reason why I say France from the other side is that France always beats Brazil in the World Cup, and not just because of history. We're talking about France is pretty deep, loaded. They got Mbappe. These players are, I mean, they're pretty fast, youth and speed. So Brazil's going to make it to the semis, as it did before, but I think France, I'm telling you, man, I mean, maybe EA Sports is going to be right this time.
You know what's so hilarious? After, next week we start talking again, we have, Uruguay made it, Belgium makes it, and we're like, Croatia gets out, then Sweden still made it. Like, what? What's going on?
The most unlikely final, Uruguay versus Sweden.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, look, we know that, the way it's going, man, penalty kicks, upsets, one of these teams, France, Croatia, Brazil, one of these teams are not going to make it. One of these teams are going to choke, or they're going to get a heartbreaking loss, penalty call in the end, or I don't know, man. I just know that, brace yourself, something's going to happen.
Yeah,
maybe it's England. I think the high probability is England not making it. I think that's the easier. I think that's the one's going to get. It's more likely to happen.
Well, there you go. The man that knows how to bet. He knows the betting world really well, Jorge Montoya. The game starts. The quarterfinals begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. Uruguay versus France. Then at 2 p.m. Brazil versus Belgium. And on Saturday, with the English breakfast before, Sweden versus England, and then Russia versus Croatia. The World Cup is getting heated. I think every team is in first gear right now, so we're going to see the best of the best. The quarterfinals, I think, in my opinion, from history, are the most exciting stage of the World Cup. This is where the true players shine. This is where you see no James Harden. You're seeing the Michael Jordan, the Seth Currys to come up, step up to the plate, and just go for the championship. This is where true winners win. And speaking about the NBA, quick NBA recap. What are your thoughts about LeBron going to the Lakers?
He's going to regret it.
Well,
once it gets destroyed by the Rockets or the Warriors, they're like, what am I doing? And then you see Philadelphia making a run on the other side without him. They'd be like, oh, I should have went to Philadelphia.
It's funny. I think LeBron has done all he could, with the Cavs. I think he's just maxed out. I mean, I've done what I've done, went to the finals. I got one, which was, was enough. But I think him going to L.A., that's a retirement decision. That's like, look, I want to come to L.A., finish my few years left, get my movie career going, my movie production going, and then just easily. I don't think he's going for the championship. I think he's just doing it for just retirement years and a smart, path to retirement.
I feel like personally in his personal life that makes sense. But if you want to win championship rings, that's not the place to go. In the West, with the young team that's not experienced enough yet. So I mean, you know what? I don't blame the guy. I feel like he earned the right to choose where he wants to go, and no matter what team he goes to, that team is automatically better with him there. It looks like he's at peace. I mean, he did get a nice contract too with it, but I think it's the best thing for him and his family and his future. I think that's why he took that route. And maybe he's like, I don't really want to go to Philadelphia. Like, what am I going to do there? So I feel like,
might as well stay in Cleveland.
It makes sense. Cleveland. We all knew he was leaving, man. There's no way he's doing. I think those last 3 years were how long. He was like, can't wait to get out of here. I've won a ring. I don't need anyone to stay here any longer. But see what happens, man.
We'll see what happens. Summer sports, continues. LeBron took away the World Cup fever a little bit for 24 hours, but we're back in the World Cup starting tomorrow. Can't wait. George, how can people reach you?
Eternal41288@gmail.com, or just post something on the comments, and I'll get back to you.
There you go. George, thanks for coming on to the Sportscast. And remember, guys, do not forget to subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on iTunes, and leave us a rating. That will help us out tremendously. George, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, man.